I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What's going on, guys?
Woo!
Happy Tuesday!
Happy Tuesday!
Season 3, Episode 7 of Siesta Key. We are here to break it all down for you. But before we do that, let's introduce our lovely selves. Ebone, Chatman, what's going on?
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. I'm
Good.
loving your hair today.
Thank you. You know, I like to switch it up, try new things. Watching on my all-natural hair today.
I love it.
Yeah.
And DJ Beaulieu.
Oh, hey.
Oh, there I go.
We nailed it today. We nailed it today.
Great. I love it. I'm good. Yes, I'm so happy to be here. Oh, we got a lot to talk about, ladies.
A lot. And hey guys, Nasta here. I'm ready to break it all down for you. This show just is getting spicier and spicier. So overall thoughts, I think we're all in the same waters here. We're all thinking it was
No pun
pretty
intended.
juicy. Yeah. Oh yeah. Literally no pun intended.
Seriously.
Let's just dive right in. So Chloe is showing a lot of sides in this situation because she's getting her hair done from Alyssa, which we all, I think, know that they all usually get their hair done by the same person. They always post about it on social media. But I feel like this is her making sure that she's getting the latest and greatest dirt.
Of course.
Do you guys think there's any other reason? Like, they weren't friends. Were they friends before? I don't know.
It doesn't matter. When it comes to Chloe, she knows damn well what she's doing. I mean, obviously, the hairdresser's place is where all the tea is spilled, and who better to get your hair done than the person who's dating, the person who's in the center of the drama, basically. So Chloe's trying to get some more tea, trying to get her side. And it was just really annoying because I was thrown off from all the things that Chloe was saying about Juliette. It's like they just made up. They were just friends again. But I feel like she was kind of, I don't know. I felt like it was a bit of a slap to Juliette's face, the way she was talking about how, oh, it was worse when he was with Juliet, or Juliet's bringing him down, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I mean, I do, in some sense, agree, but that's something I wouldn't just out like admit to, you know, about a friend who I'm supposed to be loyal to. I mean, that's just me.
I mean, I definitely think that she was saying way too much, as per usual. Like, she has loose lips. She just talks too much, says too much. But I do have to say that her hair was looking really good.
Oh, it did. I was watching them cut. I'm like, I need a haircut.
Yeah, Alyssa was doing a great job. You're doing a great job, girl. Her hair looked great. Yeah. Just kidding. Probably not, girl. You gonna come out looking a little crazy. No, she know. I don't know. She knows what she's doing over there. But Chloe's hair looks great. And but Chloe, you know, she's always just super dramatic. As soon as I saw her in the chair, I was like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah,
here we go again.
Also, what got me thinking too is I forgot that in the past, Juliet has said something to Alyssa, which then Alyssa shared with Chloe. So actually, I take that back. I think they have been friends for a little bit, and then it's just now we're seeing more of it because she's more infiltrated into Alex's life. But this whole back and forth with like the information that she's getting shared and then Alex is not sharing with her, it's just not really fair all around to all parties, including Juliet. And that starts with the whole text messages that were sent to Robbie. How do we feel about that? Because I feel like that is Alex, like Juliet said, just trying to get under people's skin and trying to make emotions and fights happen that don't need to be there. Do you guys agree with that?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, this is my thing. Alex, stop acting like you don't like Juliet.
Yeah.
Stop acting like she is, you know, crazy and after you and blah, blah, blah. She's only reacting to the things, like she's being reactive to your actions. Right. So, I mean, I feel for Juliet. You know, I was never a Juliet fan, but I do have to say that I feel for her in last episode and definitely in this episode because your emotions are running high.
Right.
This guy, your ex, is over here telling you how much he still likes you. It's only been 3 or 4 months since they've broken up.
Yeah.
He has a whole new girlfriend. She had a boyfriend. It was like all this extra stuff going on. And Alex is definitely stirring the pot. Like those text messages, really, bro? You had to send those?
But also, didn't you find it tricky that he sent a picture of, you know when text messages come in? He sent that screenshot.
Oh, he screenshotted it beforehand.
So you're not seeing the text messages that he's sending back, obviously, because he's not going to
he
put
knew.
himself out there.
He knew exactly what he was doing.
He knew what he was doing because he had that screenshot saved because it wasn't like Juliet sent him those texts like right then while they were at the bar.
No,
so he already had screenshotted that to use as ammo for later on. Like he already had that together.
Which sucks to think that like, I feel like if Juliet's looking back at this, she's like, wait a second. Like all those texts, because he's probably responding like, oh, I feel the same way or whatever. Yeah. And she's like sending these things out of like vulnerability, and he's just screenshotting that as ammo, like you just mentioned, Ebone, which is not fair.
Not fair at all.
And especially, like I said, it's just on your home screen. He took a screenshot of the home screen, not a screenshot of like actual text messages that were said, which is so out of context to anything. Like he could have said something before, like "I love you," and then she obviously responded to that.
So if I was Chloe and really wanted all the tea, I would have been like, actually, can you open the messages so I could read what you said to her? Like, why was she saying these things to you? It wasn't just out of the blue.
Typical Alex. You know, like you said, he's stirring the pot and he's just trying to make it seem like something else than what it actually is, just to cover his own butt. But it's just, he knows what he's doing. It's so annoying because it's like we're going back and forth with this. Just when I thought, last week's episode, it was done, we squashed it, okay, let's move on. But then it's always something, and it's just like now Juliet once again looks like the damn fool, and it's Alex doing, of course, because he's an a-hole, and it's just all over again.
But it's like, come on, people. We all know his games and his tactics. Like, obviously, I do appreciate what Juliet's friends are saying. Like, don't go back there, because she was like, I need to talk to him. Like, why?
Why?
And we've all either been there or had a friend where we're like, you don't need to go back and say you're sorry or I miss you or, getting that closure. With those types of people, you're never going to get a closure. It's going to constantly be this back and forth. And I feel like he constantly did that by sending the Beautiful Crazy song, which is apparently their song.
Being on the phone for 6 hours.
First of all, how do you have time to talk on the phone for 6 hours?
When your girlfriend, I guess I'm assuming, spent the night at your house, so where were you at? For 6 hours.
6 hours is the longest.
But, and I guess, like, in, like, Alyssa's defense, she's probably thinking, well, I've been with him, so when is he talking on the phone for that long? But really, though, where, like, if they're together,
sleeping. Alyssa probably fell asleep, and he probably went somewhere and had these, because it was like, what, till 3 a.m. in the morning, supposedly?
So, like, maybe he just, like, stepped out and, like, went to go get food or something. I don't know. But it's just crazy to think that, like, when are you doing this? And, of course, to her, she's probably like, yeah, right, because I've never... you think when you're with someone that they're trustful and truthful, but like, you know what I mean?
But Alex is very manipulative, right? Because because when they were standing there, he was like, well, she sees your phone calls, she sees your texts, and she was like, yeah, all those crazy calls you keep sending, calling him.
Because he probably deletes what he says and does.
And the thing is, when she's calling, when they're in the bed or whatever, he's probably like, oh my God, here she is, calling again.
Meanwhile, he could have like called 5 minutes before.
Exactly.
Seriously.
So now she's calling him back, and now it looks like she's the crazy person for calling,
Yeah.
Alex enjoys this. He likes playing two girls or multiple girls at the same time.
He likes the attention. It's the attention.
It's definitely that, but it's also the strangest thing because I really feel like he does like Alyssa. You know what I mean? Like, I see this weird, like, he does like Alyssa.
There's history.
Yeah, but I think he's like, because, like, it was different when him and Kara had this thing. It was kind of like they both were like, nah, this is never going to happen, but, like, we're having fun. But I feel like with Alyssa, there's something different. Like, they know how to, like, manage each other better, if that makes any sense. But, like, it's just crazy because it's not fair to Juliet. Like, just be honest. I felt like I was so excited because last episode, he said, I'm sorry. He apologized for how he treated her. Great. Why can't we close the book there?
Seriously.
It's so funny because I feel like in all the other episodes, like, whatever, like, if you're watching, like, 16 and Pregnant or, like, any of other, like, The Hills or whatever it was, like, the excuse is always like, oh, well, they're in high school. These people are, like, our age. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people are, like, out of college, very appropriate age to not be acting like this. So I get it when you have a close friend group, but it's like, when are you making those responsible decisions to, like, stop dating people in your friend group and stop acting like, you need to continuously have drama? And I get it. It's a show. I get it. I get it.
Like, we know that most of this is probably, like, produced drama.
Totally. And I understand that, too, and it's making for great television. But, like, at some point, aren't you over, like, the roundabouts of it all?
Which I think...
It's hard to sometimes, like, tell what's fake, what's real. Now, what's fake ends up becoming real because of what we're doing in the show. Like,
I just can't get over the fact that they're sharing each other's exes. It's just weird.
Yeah, all these Eskimo kisses. And what is it called? Your Eskimo buddy? What is it? When you, like...
Sloppy seconds? What?
Yeah, whatever it is. When you're, like, sleeping with the same person that your friend slept with, whatever it is. Yeah.
Well, I will say that Kelsey's been giving Juliet a lot of great advice. Like, don't go back. Like, she's been kind of being that, like, full stop, don't do this. You know what I mean? And telling her exactly what she needs to hear. But obviously, Juliet's going to do which sometimes you need to. You need to be able to do those things to get them out of your system, and then realize, like, from your mistakes that this isn't going to change. Which
How many times does Juliet have to do this, though, to realize that he's not going to change? Like, she needs to actually, for the first time, actually listen to other people's, valid
stop
points.
listening to Alex because his actions are completely opposite.
Stop listening to the little voices in your head, Juliet. Just, listen to your friends. They're making a lot of sense, and just let it go. Just let him go. He's just, he's all wrong.
Which I will say, that whole interaction was very frustrating because we know that they did have conversations, and of course Alex is denying it as he usually does. But then, of course, Alyssa's standing up for her man.
Which she should.
Which she should, because she doesn't know the information.
Right.
And, like, I'm just curious as to how she's going to feel when she finds out this information. Like...
Stupid.
Yeah, like, that's not fair.
Yeah, you have someone that's, like, your girlfriend that's, like, standing up for you, trying to make sure she has your
He
back.
even said thank you for being there.
Right.
Oh, you're such a good sport.
Right.
Sorry,
Which, like, that push in the pool, whoa, was
You
not
guys,
expecting
that was amazing. That gave me life.
I'm here for it all.
I know.
am absolutely here for it all. For Juliet, I was like, clap, clap. I don't normally like violence, but girl, get it. Because I would have felt the same way. I would have been like, I'm pushing you, and your girlfriend could get it too. Like, I'm not playing any games. Because you guys are both laughing in my face, making me look and feel like such an idiot. Like, I don't have time for this when I know your man is over here calling and texting me.
Yeah.
And saying all these other crazy things and sending me songs and talking to 6 a.m. No. Like, you could get these hands, okay? Like, no.
It's just not fair that he's saying, I love you. Like, that is a little too far. I mean, then him saying, I love you as a friend, whoa. When have you ever been friends?
Right. Because he was trying to twist it. Like, that's what he was trying to make her feel crazy. I literally cannot stand men when they do this. Like, have you ever had an argument with someone that you're dating, and you're bringing up valid points, and then they turn it around and make you feel stupid?
Yeah, you're like, wait, what just happened?
What just happened? Now you're mad at me? Are you mad at me when I brought this up to you? Oh my gosh, I cannot stand that. That's literally what he did. Guys are like, they're like geniuses when it comes to mass manipulation. They're geniuses. I don't know what kind of DNA men have where they have this gene, because they all have it. I don't know what it is.
It is really wild.
I don't know what it is.
Just one last note on weird relationships. That whole comment that Robbie made to kind of like let Juliet go, and he was like, "What's the one best memory of our relationship?" This is just like wild. Juliet's like Grease, and he was like, "That one favorite memory of us watching The Office." Like, what?
But I think that was totally produced.
Yeah.
But I thought it was funny because it was like, she's at the most recent, like, of course, biggest event in your like 2-month relationship. Of course, that's what you're gonna say, and he's over here like trying to do like a sentimental like moment.
I knew she was gonna say Grease too. I called it. I was just like, watch her say Grease.
Yeah,
you did.
That's so funny.
It is just so interesting. Obviously, we love the show, and we're only basing it off what we see. So like, we know a lot of these instances are probably just like thrown in there, and they're like, hey, by the way, like someone said this, and they're like, what? You know, like we know that, but it's just funny to like hear these lines and be like, now I'm curious, did he say that, or did someone be like to say this?
Right, did someone give that to him?
Oh man, it goes along with those like little mature, like what was it? Not mature. Oh gosh, wrong word. It was the little like motivational quotes he was saying like in the past.
Oh gosh,
yes.
Wild.
Ridiculous.
Moving on to other unsuccessful relationships would have to be Brandon and Amanda. They're not making it work this season as they haven't in the past. And I feel like they both, like, obviously they both want to be single, but, like, it's so hard if you're trying to, like, hang out with people that are around each other. So I feel like they just need to cut it, like, off. I feel like they could be friends now if they stop it before they get in too deep. You know what I mean?
It just doesn't make sense, those two. I mean, first of all, why is Amanda giving Brandon so much crap about hanging or like going to Robbie's party or whatever? It's like, I was mad at that interaction or that conversation because, first of all, Brandon doesn't owe you any loyalty if you're not giving him any loyalty. You know what I mean? Or any kind of like, I could understand if they were officially like together or whatever, then I could understand, okay, that was messed up on Brandon's part to go behind her back to this guy that she doesn't like's party or whatever. But I don't know. I don't think she should be feeling some type of way. Brandon, at the end of the day, could do whatever he wants. She's talking about, oh, well, now I know who my real friends are or whatever. But then again, you guys weren't really friends. You guys were just hookup buddies. I mean, there's a difference, to be honest.
I get that, but also on the other side of that is the fact that this isn't just like another guy's party. This is Robbie who like started so much drama, was rude to her, threw her phone in the ocean. You know what I mean? And like Brandon at one point was like, that's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like he was on her side. So I feel like in her eyes, she sees it as like more of a friend betrayal. Like if you were going to talk all this crap and say that you don't like him, and then like a fun party comes up and you're going to go to his party, like if I can't trust you in that regard, like in just a friendship, like how would I even take that further? I feel like that was more her point.
But she went behind his back and hooked up with JJ, though. That's what I'm mad about. So it's just like, she's betraying him, too.
Well,
And it is kind of a catch-22 because at the end of the day, she did kind of express that she didn't want a relationship and she wanted to just take it easy. So in that sense, it's like, yeah, she can do whatever she wants because she is a single girl. So it's like her hooking up with JJ is kind of like, it sucks for Brandon, but at the same time, it's necessarily not breaking any of the rules.
Right.
However, I do feel like she's kind of holding Brandon to an unfair standard because even though he did, you know, whatever the Robbie situation was and like the party, it wasn't like Brandon went there to support Robbie. It was like his other friends were there too.
Yeah.
You know, and it's difficult because it's like, yeah, you're friends and like you're kind of hooking up, but like how deep does this friendship go? Yeah, you've known each other for a while, but it's always been like a group setting. And like the times that you guys have been one-on-one, it's been like hooking up. So it's like how much loyalty can I really put on this relationship when really it hasn't been much of like deep-rooted friendship, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
From what we've seen. I mean, we could be wrong.
Well, that's the thing is we only get like small snippets. We don't know these people. We don't know what
Yeah.
they're doing with their lives. We only know what we see on television.
Exactly. So I don't know, but that's from what I see. I feel both points, but for me, I kind of was just like, like how you gonna get on him about, you know, going to this party when it's like you're hooking up with JJ? Like it just seems like an unfair little scenario.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll just see where that one goes. I feel like it's about to fizzle out soon because I feel like.
Oh my God! Please hurry up.
Yeah.
Right.
But another relationship that's not fizzling out anytime soon seems like Kelsey and Jake are hitting it off pretty nicely. They seem to want to take it to the next level. How do you guys feel about that?
I mean, whatever. I mean, it's just like I've seen too many of these from Kelsey. I don't even know. I don't think it's gonna last past summer. It's just a summer fling, and then you know,
But
once
it's like,
September rolls
whoa,
around.
GJ's with the hard hits. No, I feel like it could last a little bit longer than that because I feel like Kelsey is looking at this from a standpoint of like, okay, I can't just dive into this. I need to like really know my feelings first, and I do work with this guy, so I need to make sure that if I'm getting into this, it's for the right reasons. So I feel like she is taking a step back and realize that, like, I think when the whole Jared situation happened, that was her test to be like, well, maybe I don't like him as much. Let me see if I like Jared, and then I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think she's ever liked Jared, right, Jared?
Yeah.
I don't think she's ever liked him that much because they've definitely tried this like 3 or 4 times at this point, and it like
I think
hasn't
they're
ever
just
gone
like
anywhere.
it's one of those people that like you can appreciate, but I think it was just like that compatibility wasn't there.
Totally.
But also, I mean,
She's cheating on Jake next summer. She's not gonna.
Definitely.
They're not making it.
All it takes is for
what if
one
they will?
interesting guy
Because-
to come along, and Kelsey's woo.
well, no, but if you think about it, like her last relationship was long distance. Jake is in the same city. They traveled together for work. Like they're together all the time. Like,
Because that worked out so well for Juliet.
well, they're different people.
Always with the different people.
They're different people, different relationships, you know. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Jared, on the other hand, has an ex-wife that he's still very close with.
Yeah.
And she's coming to visit. It kind of is interesting considering, like, you know, obviously we saw him trying to get with Kelsey, and it's like, I don't know how I would feel about, you know, someone having such a close ex saying I love you to them and like waiting for them. Like that feels like that he needs to figure that out first before you dive into the whole Kelsey thing.
But I really think that relationship is like built on being desperate.
I think? I feel like it could just be like they've been through so much together that neither of them will ever be able to experience with another person because they got married at a young age.
I get that. But I think like Jared has tried to move on and it hasn't really worked on several summers. And so when you're still available and kind of still open, like of course that person that you know is going to be there. And if they're hooking up still and, you know, she still comes back and is coming to visit, it's like, it's comfortable. So it's like, yeah, of course I'm still going to have this attachment to you because like you haven't gone anywhere and like I haven't met anyone yet, so like why not lean on you?
And I don't think he wants to have these feelings that he has for her, but it's just like you said, if he obviously the relationships that he was trying to pursue didn't work out, So obviously he's going to go back to the one that started it all.
Yeah.
So romantic.
Interesting of all, too, is the fact that Alex is threw him a birthday party. Out of all people. Remember last season? They, like, hated each other.
Yeah, that's right. They fought at his house.
Yeah, he was like, don't even...
Who were they fighting over?
Him. He was like, don't... Oh, I think it was... Wasn't
I thought it was a girl.
Madison?
Oh,
Madison?
maybe.
It was like, yeah,
Madison
he just didn't want him in his house. He was like, how are you supposed to come in here in my house? And it was something weird. I can't remember.
That's just literally how they all are.
Yeah, but, and then last but not least is Madison. It seems like she's starting to come to head with this relationship, and having that scare really has pushed her to the, breaking point of realizing, can we do the things that I want in my life? Is that something that's in the next step for us in our relationship?
I thought that was hilarious because you remember when she introduced to the dad and she was like, he's like, you have to think about the future. She's like, well, we're not thinking that far ahead. And I was like, girl, you better start thinking about that. And clearly now, finally, you're thinking that because you like accidentally maybe have gotten pregnant or whatever. But I told you, I was like, when would she have gotten pregnant? Like this man has been gone for 3 months already. How pregnant are you? Like you would have been really pregnant, like you wouldn't have just figured that out right now. You haven't even gone to visit him. So when did you get pregnant?
I did see someone in the comments said that she did go to visit him when he was on. Yeah, so.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah, someone said they saw her somewhere. I don't know. Who knows if that's true or not? But someone in the comments mentioned that. So, but I don't know. I guess we'll have to see where that relationship goes because I feel like now she's kind of like, wait, if this is a thing, we need to talk about it. Like, you need to have those conversations because he's 46.
46.
She even
she's
said
20.
that was going to be her breaking point. If he doesn't want to have any kids, then that's going to be a deal breaker.
Yeah.
In the relationship.
But 46, you guys, he's literally 4 years away from 50.
Yeah.
That's too old. I'm sorry. I love an old man, but that is too old. That is too old.
There's just different life experiences that you guys have like.
You're like light years apart.
Yeah. So it's just hard. But I don't know. I guess we'll have to see where that goes. Which let's give some quick predictions and we'll have to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Well, I'm going to predict that I hope Brandon's going to find a new love interest. And
Maybe
it can't be Amanda.
Ex.
Right.
On Instagram, he's with his ex.
Oh, yeah, they're still together
Yeah.
or whatever, hanging out, whatever
Yeah.
they're doing.
And
Different
I
pictures together.
predict that Chloe and Juliet are going to go at it again. Definitely.
I predict that Alex and Alyssa are going to actually make it through this. I don't know how, but I feel like they're going to come back together.
We'll have to.
We'll have to wait and see how that unfolds. But until then, we will have to catch you on social media. Ebone, where can they find you?
Yes, you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at EboneChatman12.
And you guys could find me, DJ, on Instagram at DJ_Beaulieu.
And hey guys, Allie Nast here. Find me on Instagram at AllieGirl. And of course, follow AfterBuzz TV on all social media platforms. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye!
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.